Hello everyone, a warm welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, earlier this week, some news of a herbal remedy for COVID-19 went around the continent and other parts of the world. Madagascar, the Indian archipelago island nation, was put in the spotlight. Let's take you back quickly to that incident.
So today I think that I'm convinced, in fact, that history will prove us right. But today there are already 2 cases that have been cured with the COVID organics, but we'll actually see what happens next.
So that was Madagascar's President Andry Rajoelina on Monday downing what he called COVID organics, a preventive remedy and potential cure for coronavirus made from Artemisia and some other herbs. The herbal tea, he said, gives results in 7 days and has been tested on fewer than 20 people over a period of 3 weeks, announcing that children and the most vulnerable in the country would be given this herbal medicine free of charge. The alarms are now off. The World Health Organization, WHO, is warning there's no proof of a cure for COVID-19 yet, and has called for caution. Also, Madagascar's National Medical Academy, ANM, has now cast doubt on the efficacy of Andry Rajoelina's touted prevention and remedy. So what do we make of all of this, and how serious should this be taken? This morning we'll hear insights from a top Nigerian pharmacist, Abimbola Adebakin. And let me just bring her right into this now. Good morning, Abimbola, and thank you for joining us on the program from Lagos.
Good morning, Jerry. It's my pleasure to be here.
Good morning. And so the Malagasy head of state, Andry Rajoelina, announced a remedy for COVID-19. It comes as the world struggles to stop the pandemic and best scientists work hard to find a vaccine or cure. President Rajoelina's claim is still generating reactions. What are your thoughts on this?
I think that in the war situation that we're in right now, it's to be expected that people will panic. And in a panic situation, you have all sorts of remedies touted as solutions. They emerge, and that's what you expect in a panic situation. It is, however, reckless for any influencer to put forward a medication without it going through the proper tests and assessments that makes it safe for human consumption. What comes to mind is the thalidomide experience we had a few decades ago. With thalidomide, the impact was not very obvious immediately. But for those who consumed that medication, we found malformations in all of the children that were born, and those deformities stayed with them till they passed on. So I think that all influencers should back off, take a breath, make sure that they are very conscious of the fact that anything they say can cause a stampede for solutions that might turn back to bite the children that consume it, bite everyone that consumes it.
And just to allude to your thoughts there are many concerns and doubts. The WHO has issued its warnings and pessimism is growing in some quarters. Could this be stemming from some beliefs that such a major discovery cannot come from Africa? Is it fair to downgrade our medical specialists? Abimbola.
I don't think it's a downgrade. I think this situation actually gives us a fantastic opportunity for us to leapfrog and accelerate our drug research and clinical trials procedure in Africa. I personally think that the solution to a lot of global diseases lies in our forest here in Africa. However, it is reckless for me to use my predictions where I'm unable to bring it forward for scientific and peer reviews. If you want to believe something, it's one thing. It's another thing for you to put in place the globally accepted best practices for emerging or evolving medication that is safe. As a pharmacist, safety is paramount. It doesn't matter whether I believe that it works. It also doesn't matter whether I think that our forests hold the solution to cancers and all sorts of diseases that have remained incurable across the world. I know for a certainty that what we need to do right now as Africa for us to step forward is to up our game regarding our drug analysis. Let's bring out all of the ingredients that our forefathers have passed on to us, put them and subject them to analysis, break them down to the molecular structure. Let us understand the basis for it working. Therefore, you then can have reproducible impact education, and you can then produce them on a commercial basis. It's not enough to say that, oh, we're downgrading African thing and then make it something of a, as though we're being perceived as unable to bring out a cure. That's not correct. I think we need to up our game, and then our credibility and the respect we have on the global platform will increase automatically.
So, Abimbola, you are apparently advocating concrete scientific evidence here, and that this is key before making such an announcement. But then, how do we deal with the issue of major drug manufacturers accused of blocking African initiatives in some researches like Artemisia for curing malaria?
You see, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. I have seen decades of wastage in Africa. And when people lament wastage in Africa, I think we think short term. We think only of the fact that, oh, just a few are enjoying this wastage. I'm very particular about the fact that we have not invested in research and healthcare. So when we say certain drug manufacturers have blocked us, they've blocked us because they have the resources. Use their resources to buy themselves power and influence. We need to begin to think of an African solution to African problems led by Africans. Enough of our perspectives around interventions. We must begin to think of building strong research institutions that cut across Africa. I'm not talking about some exclusive Nigerian or Zambian or South African organization. I'm talking about one that begins to see itself as Pan-African in purpose, in mandate, and in operation. Then and only then can we take back the respect and the power for us to not be edged out, but to be called to the table. And these are fundamental strategies that you have at a functional level, organizational level, or now at an industry level. Globally, it is he who dictates that who pays the piper dictates the tune. Now, the use of Artemisia in this concoction really has no basis any longer. We've seen studies being done on even the touted chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine. Both of them have not shown remarkable distinction in sorting out as a cure those who have COVID-19. So there's really no basis any longer for touting Artemisia in a concoction saying that it's linked to chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine. I think that we really must rapidly do our tests. I know this is a war situation, so you want everything fast. I agree. I support it. However, there are steps that need to be done using controlled assessments, controlled tests, bringing blind, double-blind peer review, and doing all of the things that are necessary to make our findings subject to criticism globally, and it will stand the test of time.
Abimbola, very comprehensive thoughts today and insight, I must say. I'd like to thank you very much for your detailed analysis. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. I just wanted to finalize and say that what is available to us now is a huge opportunity. We may not see it again in another century. Africa must collaborate to bring out solutions right now. Have a good day.
Thank you.